Hello.
Hi, Angus.
How's it going?
Good. Kicking off today with Khalees.
It was a throwback to last week.
Yeah.
Just double checking you listened.
And if you didn't listen, then go back and spot the Khalees reference.
Yeah. I guess we should start off as a thank you for everybody.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, thank you. A surprising amount of people listened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really surprising. I don't know what the count is at the moment, but it was way more than I ever would have thought.
A lot more than we expected.
Just listen to our utter trash.
Yeah, we must do something right. So,
Okay, we need a start of 10.
without further ado, straight in. Start for 10.
Random news source. I don't know. What do you think? Like the Yorkshire Herald or something?
Does the Yorkshire Herald exist?
Something totally random. I'd like a local news, like a random British local news source. Cat stuck in tree.
The Gazette Herald
Yeah, that's
of
fine.
Yorkshire.
That's absolutely fine. What have we got?
We'll go. Intoxicated man rescued from riverbank.
Brilliant.
So he was an intoxicated man has been rescued from a riverbank in Malton after getting stuck.
Stuck?
Yeah,
Stuck on what?
Just stuck. A fire crew from Malton were called just after 9 p.m. on Saturday night.
Great.
Guess the age?
9 p.m.
Yeah, guess
He
the
was
age?
Intoxicated just after 9 p.m.
Guess how old?
Bolton.
No, guess how old he was.
No, was it in Bolton?
No, in Malton.
Oh, Malton. 16.
The man, 61, numbers in the wrong order, but impressive, was assisted back to the bank by fire crew. He suffered minor cuts and grazes.
Oh my God.
He was
So-
escorted home by a family member.
A 61-year-old man was intoxicated slightly after 9 p.m.
Yeah. Well, he must have been intoxicated before 9 p.m. to get stuck to then have to be rescued by the fire
True.
brigade.
Wow, what a tragic situation.
How stuck do you have to be, though, before you call the fire
I
brigade?
don't know. Down a riverbank. What was it, stuck in the mud or something? don't know.
Well, personally, I would be one to be near drowning before I go through the shame
Of
the
calling
shame
the fire brigade to
of
be
having the
rescued.
emergency services out.
Mm. It is easy to do, though, and the riverbeds in Exeter are supposed to be really dangerous, aren't they?
Yeah,
In places, like
never really sampled them apart from kayaking.
yeah, no, I've never sampled them.
There's a really shallow one up by the Mill on the Exe.
Oh yeah,
Apart from that, nice pub that is.
Mill on the Exe.
Yeah,
Yeah, I like the bridge.
yeah, interesting. But
Millennium
the
Bridge.
counterweight hanging off like a
How the
suspension
hell they
bridge.
got that there? I don't know. Crane, I suppose.
Rolled it in.
I'd love to see them rolling in that day. Just
The slaves rolled it in.
rolling,
It's been there since the dawn of time.
rolling it round X bridges. Just
Yeah, definitely just rolled it in.
amazing.
But so yeah, have you ever needed the emergency services
Um,
before 9 p.m?
No, I don't think I've ever needed the emergency service. I'm a very lucky person. I've had police at my house because occasionally people have thrown things into our garden. You ever had anything thrown into your garden?
Nothing has required the police.
Oh well, we've had on two separate occasions. We've had knives thrown into our garden.
Flipping
Yeah.
heck.
Yeah, like different types of knives as well. Once it was just like a steak knife, and the other time it was like a full-on like kitchen knife.
Like a shank.
Well, no, it was like a kitchen knife. It was ridiculous.
It could have done the real
Yeah,
real
you could have
damage.
killed someone with it. And obviously, that's what we were worried about, that it had been used in crime. Because we can't go out and pick it up, so yeah, I had to call the police.
Flipping heck.
That's when Chudley had a police station.
Yeah, back in those days.
Back in those days.
That's pretty. But no, we've never had. Sorry. We've never found a murder weapon on site. Or potential murder weapon.
Yeah. Yeah, what emergency services ever? Fire brigade?
Nearly got my head stuck in one of those. We were at the Big Sheep
Oh,
Right.
what, in North Devon?
in North Devon,
Mhm.
the attraction where you can watch the sheep race.
Yeah, yeah. It's
And
good
there's
fun.
one of those, you know, where you put your head against it and there's a hole, and then your family take a photo of your
Yes.
face, like riding the sheep
Yes.
or whatever. And I was about, I don't know, 6 or 7,
Oh my god.
and I put my head the whole way through, and it would not come out.
Your head got stuck.
My head got stuck in one of those wooden take your picture things at Yeah.
What was it? What was the picture? Can you remember?
I don't remember.
Oh.
I do remember, though, I was very distressed really quickly. Because it's like that. When you realise you're stuck and you can't get out, all of a sudden it gets horrible.
I know the feeling.
Really, really quickly.
Some people hate that, don't they? People can't they like claustrophobia almost.
Yeah.
Some people really suffer.
Yeah. Claustrophobia is a weird one, though.
I don't get it. I never have. I've never had it.
No, I was a caving instructor for a while.
Yeah, I know. I've done caving, but never like that.
Oh, there's some funny stories of caving.
Kids any children getting stuck in small holes?
Nah, not so much people getting stuck, because you can't really get stuck, but more people getting very distressed when they think they are stuck. Yeah. And then you just have to shove them through.
I remember going caving. You'll know the cave because it's local, and there's an infamous squeeze.
Oh, Trip from Hell?
Nope. The cheese grater.
Yeah. I don't think we've ever done that.
Really?
No, we did get, right, there was these Russians that used to come every year on like a type of...
hang on, can I just stop you there? So far...
It's not an anti-Russia podcast.
Russians or Russia has come up in every podcast, I think.
We're not being put up to this by Putin, it's fine. Right.
We're actually slowly indoctrinating you into the
no.
beliefs.
So there's this group of Russians come on like a school trip type thing, and one of the activities they do is come to where we're in instruction. They go caving. Well, we go through Trip from Hell, and it's pretty tight. It's called Trip from Hell. I mean, you are lay on your front like a sausage, and there's not a lot of breathing room, to be honest. But if you can get through, and I've watched fat people get through there, and it's fine. This girl goes through. She gets stuck and gets very distressed. That's half the story. And this is where it really gets weird. So after we come out of caving, obviously everybody's really, really muddy. Yeah. So the easiest way to do it is just wash the suits off in the river. Mm-hmm. The river is cold, man. Yeah. I mean, it's dark.
I think I've done that.
It's dark at night. So we're there and we're like, oh, do you want to wash the suits off, everybody? So we turn around for like 2 seconds to go and grab a bag of stuff or whatever. Yeah. And they've all just taken off all the suits down to their undies, and they're swimming in the freezing cold river without the suits.
What?
It was so odd.
Russians.
Yeah, but
crazy.
And also the river was like proper cold.
Yeah.
And they were fine.
Mad. Some people are like that. There's that guy, isn't it? Is he Russian or Scandinavian? The one that just goes running in his underwear.
Oh yeah, the Iceman.
Yeah, the Iceman. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a funny fella.
Madness. How could people do that?
And he claims that he can keep running without needing rest and things.
Man, you do get some incredible athletes who can do unbelievable things.
Yeah, I think it's weird. I think we're almost conditioned to not go as far as the human body.
True.
Yeah.
You can probably push yourself a lot more.
So like when you're 3 years old and you fall over in Tesco's and you hit your head and you're kicking and screaming like, ah, you start crying and then they're like, oh, it'll be better. Whereas if you were just brought up as a rock hard kid,
yeah,
and were told that to put up with all this stuff,
yeah, just no attention when you fall over.
Yeah, I think you'd
probably become a much more
robust character.
Yeah, robust.
But
be able to deal with stuff much better.
This is where it would be great to have identical twins. You start from the exact same place.
Oh my god, yeah, and treat them differently.
Yeah, and just carry out like
not badly.
But all these little experiments and ideas that.
That's such a good idea.
This is why I'd be terrible as a father of twins.
But then it begs that question that can you ever have truly identical children? Because
nature versus nurture.
Would their characters actually be different? You'll never know. You need a control to do that test properly.
Triplets.
You need triplets.
Triplets is
you wouldn't need triplets. You'd need quadruplets. Because you need to have two. You'd have to treat two exactly the same and two differently, wouldn't you?
Oh. Seeming statistically unlikely the more we analyse into this. I don't think
it's possible. It's probably why it's not been done already.
And also there's ethical issues. As with many things that run through my head. I normally keep quiet on these things, but now I've got a platform. This is bad news. This is what happens if you give someone a platform.
All your questionably ethical opinions are just going to...
Yeah, I'm never going to carry them out, though. They're just theories. Just theory. Somebody can publish them one day online somewhere.
Just listen to all our podcasts and compile all of your strange thoughts.
There was one. There one from one of the. I don't know what we'll call it. The episode before episode 1.
Yeah.
My theory on healthcare, which I'm listening back on.
Oh, yeah, healthcare one.
I'm not overly proud of.
I quite liked our idea to
the purge.
Yeah, no, not the purge, but scrapping water coolers was a much better idea.
Yeah. Yeah, it was.
The most ridiculous waste of resource.
Yeah. Well, topical news today is all kicking off with Jeremy Hunt, isn't it?
Again, yeah.
Yeah, well, now he's been given a kind of
get
out with jail free card-ish, because they've said that they won't go on strike as long as it's a trial of the contract as opposed to a full imposition, and he's not biting on it. He's
just taking a real hard stance, isn't he? Just saying no. This is what is happening. Get used to it.
His hard stance is probably making him the single most disliked man in the UK.
It is, and it's stupid because he's going to have that name forever.
Yeah.
Either way, he's going to lose now.
And I don't particularly like career politicians and the way they go through things, and they sort of make their bed while they're in politics, ready for when they finish to secure careers afterwards.
Yeah, like consultancy.
Exactly, and they do favours during Parliament time to then give themselves a nice golden handshake when they retire. But I can't see. It's not like he's doing that. He's not advancing his position with anybody here.
Everyone's just going to hate him.
Unanimous hatred.
Yeah, and if he goes back on his decision now, he's going to look like a coward.
So is he in too deep, do you reckon?
He's in too deep.
Oh, I know a song about that.
What? What were you thinking?
Well, there's only one song about being in too deep, isn't there?
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't really know what the deal is with
rules.
With rules on this, but
well, let's go with the 30 seconds rule, and just take it from there.
You'll know it in like one bar.
Yeah, I do know it. Yeah.
You're brought up as a child on In Too Deep, Sum 41.
Yeah. Oh my god. Throwback.
I had this on a Now album. Tape.
Now tape?
Yes, Now cassette.
I had a few cassettes, but I didn't have a Now cassette. No, well, that's a lie. We have a Now Christmas cassette.
Do you ever listen to it?
Every Christmas.
That's all right. What, still on the cassette?
On the cassette.
You actually have the means to still play the cassette?
Yeah, we do.
I don't, you see.
No. You don't have any cassette players in this house?
No, we don't.
Wow.
Not anymore. No, the last one sadly passed away recently. I threw it in the big skip at the recycling centre for electricals.
Oh. I found my sister's Walkman the other day. She had a Walkman, a cassette.
Yeah,
Walkman.
That's what I was listening to now.
Oh, amazing.
I think it must have been Now 40, and it had a green and purple case on it, a bit like a fruit, like a blackjack or a fruit salad type colour.
Yep.
Imagine that colour scheme.
Mm-hmm.
Setting the picture for you there.
Yeah,
I can't remember
really
any other tracks on there.
Apart from that one.
Because
sure, you've still got the cassette though.
No, because we cleared them out.
Oh, that's sad.
Because when we did clear them out, Dad had Now 8.
Now 8?
Yeah, he went back as far as Now 8.
Yeah, I don't think we've got any old Nows.
Well, it is pretty much the
Apart from
lowest.
The Christmas one.
It's the lowest form of compilation.
They're not great nowadays, especially. They're just terrible.
I can't see how there's still money in it, really.
Because, I don't know how there's money.
Because now everybody listens on
streaming
sites.
Surely CDs are going to just die. I mean, they're already dying, aren't they? Surely.
Yeah.
I think vinyl's getting more popular again, isn't it?
Yeah, well, you say
people love physical music now.
Yeah, you say it's dying, and then somebody like Adele goes and Adele's an exception to the rule, but it's crazy that never released on a streaming site. And also, more interestingly, here's a good one for you. They never actually tweeted Adele from one of her social media accounts, her Twitter, her Facebook, or whatever the way she has of contacting her fans.
Yeah.
They never tweeted a direct link to actually buy the album. So every person who bought it was either clicking from a link elsewhere or actively
looking to buy the album,
searching to go and buy it, and they still shifted those huge numbers.
Yeah, she's very talented,
but she is an exception to the rule. Will admit
she is. She's not like, Miley Cyrus.
She's not your run-of-the-mill pop star.
No.
But then pop stars are about being weird.
They do seem to be now. That you've got to have something unique. Otherwise, no one listens to you.
But do you like having weird pop stars?
Well, yeah, they're better than having boring pop stars.
Yeah, I'm not into this pumping out the same drivel.
Yeah, no, it's got to be a bit different. Like, I don't know. I don't listen to a lot of pop. I'd rather listen to, like, I don't know. I quite like Kesha back in the day. I thought she was quite good.
Early Kesha.
Yeah, I thought she was great.
I think Kesha will come back. Kesha will make
a bit different.
Kesha will make a resurgence off the back of this.
I'd rather buy a Kesha album than an Adele album.
Really?
Yeah. I appreciate Adele, but she's not my kind of thing. She's just so depressing.
You've got to be in the mood.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah.
No, I can see Kesha will start to pick up some traction off the back of...
Off the back of the legal case.
Off the back of the legal case.
I hope so.
I hope so. As actually, in her own right, she was a really good,
she's great.
pop recording artist.
She wrote music as well, I think, for people. She's one of those artists, like Sia.
Also, one of the talented ones. You know?
one of the talented.
So she's not
ones.
just a mouthpiece.
No. She wrote music for other people. In fact, I think she wrote a song for Miley Cyrus.
Really?
I think so.
I had Miley Cyrus down as one of those types who spends all day slaving behind the piano.
Yeah, I think it was an early Miley Cyrus song.
Oh, here we go. 7 songs you didn't know were written by Kesha.
Perfect. That's what we want.
This is what we want.
What site's that? Give them credit.
No, it doesn't deserve it. Yeah, well, no.
Go on then, read through them.
A Britney song.
Oh, right.
Called
Wow.
Till the World Ends.
Don't know that.
An Ariana Grande song.
Oh, right. Maybe I'm thinking of her.
Pink Champagne. Disgusting by Miranda Cosgrove, who I've never heard of. The Veronicas.
Oh,
This
yeah,
Love.
I've heard of them.
What was that go like?
I remember the Veronicas.
The Veronicas, This Love.
I don't know this.
It wasn't it. Tayo Cruz, Dirty Picture. Was she featured on that?
So that's, yeah.
Okay. Windows Down, Big Time Rush. Also haven't ever heard of that. The Time of Our Lives, Miley Cyrus.
There you go.
During her bubblegum pop days.
Yeah, I didn't
Before she went weird.
For me, I liked Party in the USA.
Yeah, so did... Got a proper serious guilty pleasure issue with that song.
Yeah, I loved that song. It's so good.
Another guilty pleasure that came up in my life recently.
Yep.
Bewitched.
Oh, wow. Why were you watching that?
No. Yeah, was that... Yeah, no.
I thought you were talking
track.
about the TV song.
No, the
TV
song.
show.
The Irish one.
Oh, I don't know what you mean. What are you talking about?
You do.
No, I thought you were talking about that witches type TV show that was on in like the 90s.
Oh, what? Like a bit like the Queen's Nose? That era?
Yeah, that era, yeah.
Yeah,
Do you remember the Queen's Nose? That was weird.
It was. It was, yeah, it was that when...
It was good. They used to flip the coin, didn't they?
Was that a time traveller one?
Was it time travel? It might have been. Or are you thinking of Bernard's watch?
I'm thinking Bernard's watch. We got confused here. We got confused
watch.
here.
I love Bernard's watch.
Do you really? How much do you love Bernard's watch?
I love it so much.
This is sorry.
You're trying to get me.
This was a cheap segue, but it's a great story.
All right, everyone, prepare yourselves.
Gather round.
Take a seat. I have something to tell you all. I, George, have met Bernard from Bernard's watch. Oh my god. All right, contain yourselves.
Yeah.
Contain yourselves.
Where did you meet him?
On holiday. Yeah, on holiday.
Was it in the era where you'd meet kids on holiday and you weren't too nervous to actually talk to them? So you'd make like...
Not like nowadays.
Like the best mate of your life for 7 days.
Yeah, I can't talk to people anymore when I'm away. It's terrible. You all just go about your business like, good morning.
Yeah.
But when you were a kid, you were just like, met everybody.
You become best mates with somebody for 10 days.
And half of the time, they didn't even speak English.
Yeah.
Or if they did, they were like, hello.
Or you'd meet... I remember meeting a Dutch kid in France who I only worked out was Dutch on the last day when I saw him go over and speak to his family in Dutch. Total... What was gibberish to me at the time.
Sorry, I just hit the microphone.
It was gibberish to me at the time. But yeah, he spoke in such... Rewind. He spoke in such perfect...
the Dutch are
perfect
amazing.
English.
I sung karaoke with a Dutch guy once. Yep.
As if.
On holiday, yeah.
Another holiday story.
Yeah, and I won as well. Well, we won.
What you doing? Battle karaoke?
Yeah. Well, it was one of the kids' activities, and it was a competition in bunny ears. Yeah, and we won. I can't remember what we did. That made us win, but we won a cocktail, a non-alcoholic cocktail.
I was going to say, they're doing this all in the wrong order. You're supposed to give the kids cocktails first and then make them sing.
No, I can't remember. I remember doing Mambo number 5, but I don't know if that was with him.
Mambo number 5?
Yeah, Mambo number 5. Yeah.
I've only ever done karaoke. I've done karaoke once or twice. I did it in the local pub on a Tuesday night before the pub burnt down.
Oh, the coaching house.
Yeah, with Roy, the local legend.
Oh, Roy. Roy, I haven't seen Roy in years.
Nah, Roy's still kicking about.
Oh, wow,
yeah.
Roy.
Yeah, Roy came in and did a song that...
Everyone has a Roy.
I can't remember what the song was, but it was possibly one of the most nasal performances I've ever heard in my... The poor guy is very nasally.
Such a fantastic impression of Roy.
Yeah, and he almost speaks his own language, to be honest. He's almost you can't...
He may as well be speaking Klingon.
Except, though, there is one person I know who can translate Roy.
Yes, there is.
Mitchell can translate Roy.
Mitchell Gatting.
Mitchell's fun. We'll get him on.
Yeah, we will get him on one day.
We'll get him on as a guest.
Yeah, we'll have guest people to liven it up when you all get sick of us.
That'll be...
Get someone fresh and new.
That'll be good.
Yeah.
Right, Mitchell, we'll tag you in one day. On short notice,
so,
no preparation.
I'll tell you what, don't contact him about it. Let him get in touch with us, because then we'll know if he's been listening to the whole podcast or not.
Test of friendship. To see if he's worthy.
Yeah, there you go.
There we go. So yeah, one day
Mitch will get Mitch on the show.
Mitch will be on again. And yeah.
And he'll tell you all about Roy.
Slightly weird timing, but yeah, I guess we're probably going to go weekly.
Yeah, probably.
Attempt to.
What, Thursdays?
Well, we're recording
on midweek.
We're recording on a Monday.
We record Mondays at the moment.
Yeah, I'll see what I can do, put it together, and then get it online. I don't really know how
we don't know yet, really.
No, and I don't really know how the iTunes thing works when it refreshes at night. So, but anyway, weekly.
Yeah, and if you can't get on iTunes like me on an Android, because Android's not Apple friendly, then you can just listen to it on SoundCloud. I
am working on it, going somewhere else too.
Yeah, we'll probably get it somewhere easy for everyone to use.
If you're actually interested. But no, genuinely, thanks for the,
thanks for the
better
thanks, guys.
Response than we first thought, really. But no, that's good. Sorry about the bing there. That is an issue. I didn't mute the
binging.
Mute the situation.
Well, it happened last week as well, so it's just going to be a weekly feature now.
Yeah, except last week the timing couldn't be any better.
Yeah, it was almost perfect.
Yeah.
I think we need another news story. I don't think this is going to happen very often.
To be fair, we killed our momentum.
We killed our conversation there.
We killed our momentum. Right, where we
Are we going to go for same news source? News source? No, okay, different one, yeah.
Let's go. Let's...
Think of a random county or country, and then add a generic news provider.
Not country news, that's bad news.
Not country news?
No.
Not like Russia Today?
No, we're not revisiting. Russia's had too many shout-outs.
Okay.
Anyway.
Okay, county then. Oxford Gazette?
Oxford Gazette?
Surely that's a thing.
It exists.
Oh, what, the actual Oxford Gazette exists?
It does, it exists.
Oh, wow, there you
go.
I know Oxford's a city,
it's a student paper.
Not a county.
It's a student paper. Well, Oxfordshire.
Yeah.
How do we... Oh, no, that's lectures and seminars. It's like a student paper. Bad idea.
Oh,
Abort. Got it. Better idea. Oxfordshire BBC. Sorry, it's boring. Last minute.
That's all right. It's all right. It's fine. What have we got?
Cash machine blown up during morning raid.
What?
Now,
did they get the money, or did they just get...
It's in a McDonald's car park. Somebody has had a pretty good attempt
in Oxford.
Yeah, in Oxford at 5 a.m. on a Saturday morning.
Yeah.
has had a pretty good go at blowing up a cash machine.
Did they get covered in that blue stuff?
They got it. You'd hope so. But no, eyewitnesses said that the debris was found 15 foot away from the cash machine.
What did they blow it up with?
It doesn't say, but the picture...
TNT. I'm just imagining Wile E. Coyote now.
Nah, the image...
Rigging up some TNT.
It wasn't... Okay, it's a fair explosion, but I mean, it looks like a deodorant can size. Before we sell you this, that it's some sort of homemade nuke... They've just blown the plastic covers off it. They haven't actually damaged the mechanical workers. They didn't actually get to access the money.
Oh, man. You'd have to be fairly stupid to try and break into a cash machine, though, really.
I have seen news stories and reports of people getting some joy, putting chains round them and just driving off.
Yeah, well, I heard that with a car park machine. Yeah, people just wrapping chains around car park machines with 4x4s or, like, big, I mean, they have to be big 4x4s because they're concrete, bolted to the concrete, to the ground. And they're just driving off with them.
It's not worth it for the change.
Not worth
Yeah, honestly, it's not.
Imagine counting it out.
It's not at best. At best, you're just going to get a handful of change.
Yeah, you're just going to get like 150 quid.
Yeah, at maximum.
Not worth it.
At maximum. And also, it's not... It's so easy to get caught because there's CCTV on every car park. So,
although, other than the free change, the free 150 quid, there is another benefit.
What?
You just make that car park free. Everybody will love you.
Ooh, like a
you become like
Robin Hood.
Yeah, or like Joker from Batman, who's bad but actually did things that everyone in the sort of public eye liked. So you could just go around stealing all the cash machines or parking machines from car parks, and everybody will love you.
I think you're quite likely to damage your vehicle with this style of raiding.
You need a tank or something.
Nah, because let's face it, you're not going to be able to gently pull in. You're not going to have an assistant like, back her up, take the slack, take the slack, right, now start pulling. It's going to be a full run up snatch job.
Full throttle.
Full throttle, 15 foot of chain going tight.
The axle's
gone. And you'll just rip the axle off your car. So then you've got...
I'm just picturing someone in like a old Corsa or something, just trying to chain a...
Exactly, and then you've got a Corsa towing itself round on the exhaust, just dragging itself out the car park.
Like a dog with worms.
Exactly. Just dragging its backside of the floor. It's just not going to... I can't see how it's going to end. And all for the sake of about 150 quid.
Yeah.
So, if you're deliberating...
If you're thinking of doing it...
Start a petty crime...
Don't.
I wouldn't recommend it.
Get a job.
Yeah. I wouldn't recommend that as a petty crime. I don't think it's worth... Risk-reward, really, as crime goes.
You need to draw yourself a chart.
Yeah, what?
A risk-reward chart.
A risk-reward chart.
And you'll soon realise it.
You'll soon realise that you're very likely to get
calls.
It's
like the hot crazy chart from How I Met Your Mother.
Yes, exactly.
Where if she's absolutely mental, but really hot, then it's okay.
Mm. Where the lines intersect.
Exactly, that's where you don't want to be. Where you do want to be.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm not really a How I Met Your Mother fan, to be honest.
No?
It doesn't do anything.
Didn't do it for you?
No.
I enjoyed it early on, and then it dragged on, and then
it annoys me because I feel that especially with the internet
so many
now,
relationships as well.
Yeah, with the internet now, there's such a good platform for people to build themselves up on somewhere and almost pre-test the material to see how it goes. But
they've
now
done that with a few things.
Yeah, exactly. But I feel like they just back the wrong horses.
Mm.
Yeah, I just don't think that How I Met Your Mother
was a good bet.
And also, okay, I can get behind it for a few series, but it went on and on.
It did go on, yeah.
It did go on
relationship
and
after
on.
relationship, and it's just like, and they kept teasing you by getting him in long-term relationships. Like, if this isn't his mother, why do I care? Just paraphrase that relationship into like one episode.
Yeah, it went on. It was on BBC for a while.
Was it?
Yeah, like early doors series. Used to play it on a Friday night.
Really?
Yeah, they obviously bought the rights to it.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that was when and then it went like Channel 4, followed like Big Bang Theory and all those, which is another one that I just.
You're not a fan of the Big Bang?
Oh no, not at all. Oh, that's my idea of hell.
I've got to admire his acting though. Ian Parsons.
I don't know. This is your bag. This unbelievable.
No, Jim. Ian. What am I talking about? Jim Parsons, guy that plays Sheldon. He does a really good job.
Is the name Ian going to die out?
Yeah, I think it is dying out, isn't it?
Because
no, it's Gary, isn't it? No one's been called Gary since like 1996 or something. I'm serious. It's a fact.
What?
Yeah. No, there's been no children called Gary since the late 90s.
Not a chance. Not a chance.
I think it's Gary. It's probably going to be something different.
Gary is
Brian or something.
no. Are you called Gary? Your name could soon be on its way to being completely extinct. From the Independent, so it's an actual okay news source. But we've still got famous Garys doing the rounds.
Yeah, Gary Barlow.
Yeah, Gary Barlow. I'm all out of famous Garys. Gary Oldman.
Gary Oldman.
Gary Lineker.
Oh yeah, Lineker. Yeah.
Gary Glitter. Probably dragged the name Gary through the mud for everybody. That's the catalyst to the extinction of the name Gary.
Of course it is. That's why no one's called Gary anymore.
Gary Glitter. But Gary Glitter though, Glitter is a bit of it's an issue because he's not. It's.
Where are you going with this, Angus?
His music isn't actually that bad.
Well, it's the same thing as like the Lost Prophets, isn't it?
Yeah, it went through his time where it was all right, but now it's if you're say you're in a horrible situation, you're sat on the tube in the morning and it's really busy, and you put your iPhone down and somebody looks over your shoulder and they see you're listening to Gary Glitter,
or
Lost Prophets,
yeah, or Rolf Harris,
Well, who the hell's listening to Tie Me Kangaroo Down on the commute?
Tie Me Kangaroo.
Awful. Yeah, terrible.
Get your board and
knew a guy who bought a signed print of a Rolf Harris picture for I can't remember who I know this story from.
This will be a good investment.
Somebody who,
he's a celebrity that everybody knows and loves.
There's probably a lot of people who bought stuff pre-Operation U-Tree that
definitely.
They've all come unstuck. But this guy obviously bought this as an investment piece, and the bottom has very much fallen out of the investment.
Definitely. Poor guy.
But yeah. So yeah.
That's a good note to end on.
Yeah, what a piece to end on.
Excellent.
Don't buy. We don't have any homework this week.
No, there's no homework this time.
There's no homework this week.
Don't need it.
But the only
maybe just
piece of advice for you all.
Yeah, go on. Advice.
Don't try and steal a car park machine.
No, or a cash machine.
Just
don't do it.
It's not worth it. You're going to get covered in blue paint and not.
That does not wash off.
It doesn't wash off anything.
No.
Like if you try and take if you buy, I don't know, something from H&M and the dopey person doesn't take the tag off. And then it beeps every time, every shop you go in. And then you do a home hatchet job with a screwdriver and get everything covered in blue powder paint.
Just don't do it.
Don't do it. So yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
That's this week's advice.
Cool.
On that note.
All right.
Goodbye, George.
See you later. Angus.